Okay, hi 10 minutes agoers. In the last video I posted, which was a review of one of my students' games, Ben, one of the things that emerged quite early in the game was some moves in the upper left corner in that game where Ben failed to punish an obvious move in the Joseki by his opponent. And I just wanted to quickly run back over that Joseki and explain what those moves were and why that opportunity comes to punish. So let's just have a quick look at what happens. The situation is here, and it's very common, and this move is very common in DDQ, double digit Q games. And if you learn this opportunity to punish, it gives you a very early advantage. So here's the situation. So in the game, our opponent plays a 4-4, and we approach a low knight move approach, and we get pincered. This is really standard Joseki stuff that we're all familiar with. And so white jumps into the corner, and black separates like this, and then white blocks. And actually, the normal move that we would expect to see at this point is for black to extend like this. White would hane, black hanes. White must connect at R2 to prevent the stone being killed. So white connects, black connects, white jumps, black gets sente. That's what we call the standard sequence, and those are the moves that really should take place. And the key to this one is understanding that when white extends in this, when white nobies, black must go one more time. Now what happens in many games, and it's all the way through to kind of low single digit Q, black makes a mistake here, and black gets too greedy, and black plays this hane. Now, if you don't know this Joseki, then what's most likely to happen now is after the hane by black, white hanes, and black extends, and white extends, and black extends, and then white hanes, black hanes, white protects, and black connects. Now this is really too good for black because white's corner is very small. It's only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points in the corner, and black's got this enormous thick strong wall on the outside, and obviously depending what's happening in the left corner. So this is too good, and the reason it's too good is because at this point here white failed to punish this move, and whenever your opponent does this move against you, that opportunity arises to punish. So how do we punish this move? Because it's too greedy. Black is being too greedy in this case and thinks it can attack the white stones in this way, but the presence of the white stone here on O3 is the one that's the key to this encounter. So what should white do? Well, what white should do is descend. And if white descends in this way, black's only move that doesn't cause disaster for black in many ways is to connect. Connect. After this one, black should connect like this. And then white gets to push out like this and connect out to the one stone. Black must play on top because black can't separate the stones here. White extends, black extends, white hanes, black extends, and that's the Joseki over. But what you can see now is white's position is much bigger. White's not only got a big corner, but a territory on the lower side. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 or so points. Black still gets a wall on the outside, but this is a much better result for white. So that's what should happen. Black should connect, but often what will happen is when black sees this move, black gets greedy again, and black thinks, well, I want to cut away the stone, that single stone on O3, and prevent that happening, so black descends. If black descends, you must cut. And you cut in this way, and this is where a disaster starts to unfold for your opponent, with a couple of opportunities to repair. So let's look at a couple of the situations. In one case, black ataris, that would be a normal move, and white would extend. And now black has two options. If black extends on this side to make the wall, white simply turns. And now this is good for white. White has got a huge corner now, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and plenty of access out along the edge, so a big corner and edge. And black has still got this troublesome cutting point that's left behind. So that's a very good result for white. If black ataris this way, we get this sequence as we've just seen. The other alternative for black, and this is the best sequence for black at this point, by the way. This is, if black's made the mistake already of descending at Q2, the only way for black to recover the position is to actually Atari on the inside, not the outside, not with the R5 stone, and give up the R5 stone and let white have the big corner. If black still persists, if black persists and says, well, I can Atari you this way, then a disaster starts to unfold. White cuts. Now what does black do? Well, the obvious sequence for black is to Atari here. But then white turns and Atari's here. And black has to extend, otherwise it's going to lose that stone. And then white extends. And now we have a couple of variant sequences. So let's look at the obvious one first. If black must extend, black can't Atari the stone here, and we'll see why. So black extends, and then white kills the 3 stones. That's how we would expect this sequence to proceed, given that black has already made bad moves. And notice that the 3 black stones on the Q line, 2, 3 and 4, can now no longer escape. There's no move that will allow them to escape, which means the stones above, the white stones on O, P, Q, 6 and 5 are also alive. This is really pretty much a disaster for black. Are there any alternative moves for black? Well, what about this one? So black plays here, and white comes out and black Ataris here. If black Ataris, white must not connect, because if white connects like this, then black can Atari once underneath. Come out underneath with the Hane. If white Hanes, black Ataris. White's in Atari at this point, so white must take the 2 stones, and then black descends. So now what's happened is black has got a position on the lower side that's intact and strong, and a position on the right side. The white group in between them, the white group here, in the centre, in this area, has only got 1 eye, and white's corner's in pretty bad shape. White's going to really struggle to live in there. So this is very, very bad for white, which is why when black Atari's here, white must not connect. It must not connect. Because of this sequence. What white does with the Atari is simply extend in this way. And now, if black takes the stone, white plays here. And now black has got no escape. If black presses, white Ataris once here, black fixes, and white kills everything. Let's just see that sequence again. White leaves the stone behind. If black pushes out, then white can connect. If black were to play this, then white connects here. These stones have got 3 liberties. The black stones below have got 2. Everything white is connected. That's another variation of the same disaster. So here, if black takes, white plays here. And now black has got no escape at all. Because of this sequence, and if white comes here and black tries to Hane underneath, white simply descends. If black now takes, the same sequence happens again. White plays here, black presses out, white Ataris, black connects, white Ataris once on the diagonal here. So black's in Atari, black plays here, and then white finishes the whole kill off with this move here. And it's a complete and utter disaster for for black. So let's go back and let's see how all that happened one more time. So let's go all the way back, and the bad move is this move. So after this move, what white must not do is allow black to get strong by this sequence. This is bad for white. After this move, white descends. Most likely the kind of players that you're playing against, black will descend, and so you cut. After the cut, black will Atari and you extend. If black now realizes the mistake, black will play on the inside like this, and then white turns and gets a huge corner. If black doesn't realize the mistake and still thinks he can fight, Black extends, white cuts. That's the vital move, the cut. Black Ataris, white extends, black moves out, white moves out, and then we get to those variant sequences where if black tries to move out again, white simply kills here, like that. If black Ataris the stone, we do not connect, we simply extend here, and we understand why. So black tries this, white descends, black takes, and then we just finish the job like this, and that's the game over. So that's it. This is the move to look for. This is what happened in your game, Ben, and what happened exactly in your game was that you failed to punish and you played out this sequence which left your opponent strong. Okay, it's an important sequence. We're going to cover this again. We'll cover this again in one of the seminars for 10 minutes to go. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that helped you understand. Bye for now.